Everybody, I'm Joe, and today I'm not feeling too well. In case you think I sound kind of funny, um, and I am doing one of these draw this in your style challenges on Instagram. This one comes to me from this one comes to everyone from I don't know how to pronounce this, but JoRiouxDraws, I guess. And this is a drawing, and I'm going to draw in my style because reasons. I know a lot of times you guys see me draw like a lot of realistic things, and I suppose that's what you're gonna come to expect. But this is actually how this is the style that I usually draw when I'm drawing things in a more cartoony kind of form. But like it or hate it, this is what it is, and it's kind of how I draw. I'm using my regular pencil today. Not really using the Palominos just yet. Not because I abandoned them, it's just I'm just not using them right now. I want something a little bit lighter for this because I'm not too sure about what I'm doing. I'm usually not too sure about what I'm doing, regardless, but this one I am especially not sure. Oh, she's got two buns over here. There's another bun right there. So I actually went and looked up like buns, like how to draw buns. Not how to draw buns, but I looked up like different styles of women wearing buns because it's important to know how things look if you're going to draw them, and especially if you're going to be exaggerating them. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And adding some details in her brooch. But she's got like this key here that she seems to be grasping onto. You know what? The light is off here, but I'm cool with it if you are. So we're just gonna draw in the dark. I draw my hands a bit more angled. She has her fingers a bit like pudgier. So, and I want my fingers to be kind of lanky. I'm going for like a kind of creepy-ish look. But yeah, I caught something over the weekend. It snowed here. Snowed. If you want to call it snow. Here in Virginia, like if one snowflake falls, we have an apocalypse. 'Cause that's how we do. But we did not have an apocalypse today, unfortunately. I kind of was looking forward to having the day off, but because I'm not feeling well at all, as I stated before, and would have really appreciated the day off today, especially since I had to work this Saturday. It would have been nice to have the day off. I actually volunteered for this Saturday, so I have no one to blame but myself, but you know, I must have caught something between point A and point B, and now I feel like I'm paying for it. I don't know what this is. I think it's just like a sleeve. It's kind of hard to do certain things with this drawing because you don't really know what's what, so a lot of things I just kind of end up making up. So I'm kind of just making my best assumption. That's kind of where I'm going with this. And she's got like these spirit hands all over her. Now her spirit hands are like she's got like these pudgy kind of finger things going on. And making my spirit hands a bit more menacing looking. Because I think that if spirit hands were surrounding me, it would be a scary thing. and I feel like it should portray the scariness of the spirit hands. Not sure where I'm gonna go with this, but we'll just we'll work with it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make this an ink piece. I feel like it would do a lot better as an ink. I'm not sure. So basically, I am just going to work with it and see what happens. If you hear me sniffling and stuff, bear in mind I am not feeling well, as I said before, so have some mercy upon me. I did start drawing this ahead of time. I was actually drawing this in one of the offices, but I figure I would just continue it rather than worrying about, starting a new drawing and all that stuff. You guys would be alright. Nothing really happened between point A and point B. I'm just setting up lines, and now I'm just kind of finalizing them a little bit more for, however finalized it can be anyway, because I'm not really sure where I'm headed with this. I know that I like the spirit hands to be a little bit more jagged looking, so that's kind of the aesthetic that I'm going for. Somebody told me I should put music in the background or something. I'm not entirely sure on that. I really don't want to be sued because that's how, well, not sued, but they'll take my videos down or something, because YouTube is evil. I say as I put up a YouTube video. This is that one odd off looking hand. I'm okay with it being kind of odd looking, because I want them to be kind of a little surreal looking. So that they appear kind of malleable rather than rigid. If that makes any sense at all, you let me know. I was thinking about doing the Bird Box blindfold drawing challenge. It's kind of funny because people are just kind of making this thing. Nowhere in the movie was she ever blindfolded and drew. Not to my knowledge anyway. Maybe I wasn't paying attention at some point. I like to think I was paying attention throughout the movie though. There we go. She has her hands kind of folded in on this key, so I'm gonna kind of try to replicate that bit. I'm not sure how good my hands are gonna come out, so I'm gonna draw them lightly. That's kind of what I do. a lot of people, you'll see that practice a lot in a lot of drawings. People draw things light until they get an idea of how they want it to be portrayed. And once they're confident with how it looks, they'll go ahead and finalize their lines. This right here, I am not sure how this is turning out. I think that maybe I want the lines to come over this way a little bit more. We'll see. I gotta tap the screen every few minutes because it keeps going out on me. There we go. Maybe. What do you guys think? Is this a good solid hand? She's got fingernails on her hand. I guess I should have fingernails on mine as well. Here we go. And I think she's holding this key right there. I'm going to sharpen the lines on this. So basically what I do is, like, through most of the drawing I draw with the side of the pencil, and then when it comes down to details is when I start drawing with, like, I just realized that this key is in the shape of a letter M. I'm not sure what the deal with that is. I do not know this person's work really. I just saw it and I thought it looked really cool, so I was like, "Ooh, cool, maybe I should try drawing this in my style." And here we are. I am drawing it in my style. And hopefully I do it quickly, because I only have a few minutes left on this video. There is not a time limit per se on my uploads, but there is a time limit on my recording device, because I only have but so much space. That's essentially what decides this. Imagine if I would have drawn the whole thing here. This would have been a long video. I'm going to turn this so that I can do this correctly. She has wrinkles that I added in. These are not in the actual drawing itself, but I added them in because I felt like they belonged. Okay. So, if anybody knows what this actually belongs to, you can please leave me a comment down below. And I think I would like to check it out one day and see what this whole deal is about. Like, this seems like a pretty interesting piece. And I would like to perhaps read up on more of it. Perhaps it is an interesting book. Maybe. Or comic book. I like creepy books. I think creepy books are really cool. Ever since I was a kid, I used to read like these little horror books and stuff like that. And I would get scared and follow my sister around the house. And she would be like, "Stop following me." And then she would get upset. But eventually, as I got older, I just kind of became desensitized to them. Oh Lord, I'm running out of time. I'm gonna get there. Oh, I'm gonna get it. I did omit some of the details here, but in my defense, mine is larger. I think it takes up more space, whereas hers is it actually takes up a little bit less space. So I'm going to play that card.